to the A to the R. The bar has been raised. Welcome back to Lock In. Yo, I know I say this every week, but yo, I am so excited tonight. I got my homie. She is in the building. First of all, she is a wife and a mother. Aside from that, she is a phenomenal musician. She has a style all to her own. She is mostly duplicated, but she never copies anyone. You've seen her on Hell's Kitchen, my homie, my ace, my road dog, Shaina, Hayden.
Can I clap it up for myself? Can I clap it up for myself? What's up, Barry?
Clap it up for you. What's good? Good to see you.
Always. You already know that.
Come on, I ain't seen you since Stamford, Connecticut.
I know, and I wasn't even expecting to see you. But you know, we do our usual gathering.
You know what I'm saying? Sister and brother, I got your back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we was able to break bread together and all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. Well, first of all, thank you for coming. I don't want to waste none of this time because there's so much to talk about,
Okay.
You, like I said, you are, first of all, like I said, this is my friend, y'all. So, but you have a style all to your own. You are a trendsetter in every sense of the word. You are a mother. You are a wife. You are
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I don't even want to get into the cooking right now. How do you manage just being a mother, a wife, and a business owner and a musician? How do you do that?
Listen, it's all about the grind. People asking, how do I balance everything? You gotta want it. You gotta want to do this. Like, I don't like being broke. I like nice things.
Come on.
So, I don't want to have to ask nobody for nothing unless I gotta nudge my husband to ask him for something, you know? But besides that, I don't really want to depend on anybody. So I get it. I go get it. You know, I was raised in church 24/7. So I like, you know, playing music. I love that whole thing. That's my balance, actually. That's like my getaway, being able to go to church on Sundays and play. But man, people don't realize, yo, if you want it, you want the success, you gotta grind for it to get it. Like, that's where I'm at. That's how I balance it.
Let's start at the genesis. Tell us where you're from.
In the beginning, Michael met Bridget. Nah. So I was born in Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Brownsville?
Yeah, Brownsville, Brooklyn. And basically from there, really grew up, was raised. Well, we went to church 8 days a week, so and it's only 7 in a week, so you know.
Facts.
So basically, I was kind of split, like raised in Brownsville, where my grandfather's church was, and Hempstead, Long Island.
Okay.
So that's where that started.
And you have siblings?
I do. I have siblings. So I have one brother, and I have 2 sisters. They live in Florida.
And where do you come in the equation? Oldest, youngest, in between what?
I am the oldest, the HNIC, you already know.
Come on here. So that just helps you become the boss that you are in your adulthood.
I had this conversation, Barry, the other day. One of my friends said, yo, why you think you such a boss? Like, why you don't turn it off? And I told her, I'm just not a boss inside the restaurant. It's a lifestyle. Like, everybody gotta respect it. It's a lifestyle.
Respect.
Yeah. She like, so, you know, we out shopping, and she like, your whole everything. I'm like, nah, you respect it as that, just like everybody else does. It's a mentality. I don't know how to not be a boss. Like, how do you not do that? You know?
Exactly. And the thing that I love about you, this is just you. You know what I mean? And the reality is that everybody that knows you loves you. To know Shaina is the love, simple and plain.
Appreciate that, brother.
So that's, you know, so it's real talk. You know what I mean? But, you know, there's so much to talk about. So you are a musician, one of the baddest drummers on the planet. Let's talk about how the love of drums and how you got into playing the drums of all instruments.
All right, so I told you I grew up in church. Growing up in church, I was in a house with my grandfather, who's a pastor. My grandmother was a first lady, and she was also the church musician. I grew up in a house. It was 5 or 6 of us between my uncles and my cousins or whatever. I was the youngest of them. And we were all the band. We were the band of the church. So everybody played guitar, piano, drums, bass, you know. So being the youngest one, when one jumped out the nest, you was Sister Fillin. Sister Filler was drummer first, you know? So listen, I tell people, us church kids, we can do anything. Preach, prophesy, play, usher, all that. But drums was like, well, actually the bass guitar was my first instrument, but I think the drums was more the consistent one, because like you can't be a church kid and like not really know how to play the drums, especially in a storefront, you know, small church.
Oh, it was something about the storefronts. You hear what I said?
No click track, you just gotta keep it going. And we grew up quartet, so you know I knew how to have that foundation of a sound, so.
That's what's up. Now, you know, Shaina, you play at the church I was raised in, Mount Horeb Baptist Church. Shout out to Pastor Gilbert Pickett and the whole Mount Horeb family. So you are the drummer there. And I'll say it's the last time I ministered at Mount Horeb. Biggs, shout out to Biggs, wasn't there. So your husband played. So your husband is a phenomenal musician and singer as well, to the point where I was going to sing before I ministered, but this Negro sung to the point where I was like, I'm not singing nothing behind. Ramon tried to throw me the mic one Sunday after he gave it to your husband. I was like, you're not even doing that. You understand what I'm saying? He should have gave it to me first. But he is a phenomenal musician and singer. So when you was ready to settle down for a husband, was the prerequisite that he had to sing and play or be musically inclined? Because this is crazy.
Yo, nobody ever asked me that question. But if I could, like, really, if I would have thought about it, I would have went the other way, because we clash. People don't know that. We clash. It's a power struggle on, nah, this sound good, but this sound good. We clash. I actually fell in love with him because he had locks like I do, and they were really long. And I seen him do praise and worship one Sunday, and his locks was long, and they was swinging from here to here, but he was manly while doing it. And I was like, oh, juicy. Like, I like that. That was it. But, you know, I really, if I could have, like, known what I know now, I'd have went a whole, I need somebody low-key.
But the funny thing is, y'all work so good together. It's like, one of the things, I respect love. I respect black love. And seeing y'all together, it's like, the love is evident. You know what I'm saying? The love, not only the love is evident, but the respect is evident. And that's what I love more.
Oh yeah. I tell people all the time, I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have a supportive husband. Like, and I fall short a lot, especially having a business. There's nights I'm not home because we missing each other, from him going to work and me being here all day, and you know, doing multiple things. Like, if I'm not here, I'm in New York, you know, like, and raising a family, you know, it's like, it's a lot. But I respect it, because not everybody is going to let you chase your dreams. And like, you know, it's hard. It's really hard, but I respect it. And we coming up on 10 years married.
Yes.
10 years married.
And y'all been together how long altogether?
14 years.
14 years, 10 years of marriage.
Shout out to everybody that's about to get married, don't do it.
You know what? You a whole fool. You a whole fool. You say that, but listen, you wouldn't change nothing about your journey, especially.
Nah, wouldn't change. I told him, yo, I really, on the real, I love the struggle with him. And that's who you gotta find. Somebody that you all right with, going, look, yo, the bills is paid.
Well, listen, I need you to come and smack some sense into this, but you know, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that off air. So tell the people how many children you have.
I got 3 kids, 3 girls. They all about to be another year old, so I have a, Lord forgive me, 9, 12, and 15.
Come on here.
Yep, 3 different personalities. And there's one that acts like me, which is just bad.
You know what? We'll get into that later. We'll get into that. So, your most memorable role was being on Hell's Kitchen.
Right. Thus far, for now.
Thus far. And you was on season what?
16.
Season 16. Tell us about that. What made you go on her? First of all, you are a phenomenal cook. Like I said, you know what? I probably should have listed the things that Shaina cannot do. Because there's not much.
I got it. There's one thing I can't do.
What's that?
Hair. Can't braid, any of that. And I got 3 girls. I love telling people that because everybody like, what can't you do?
Go figure. There you have it. But what inspires you to even try and go on? And let's talk about the experiences on Hell's Kitchen because it was crazy. And you were out of your mind. So it was just like the best, like, just out of control. Talk to us.
So
Give us the smoke.
Here's the real honest to God truth. I was in culinary school a few years ago, and they would post up like the bulletin board when they were casting, new seasons of Hell's Kitchen. So I remember like submitting my information, and years had went by. They hadn't picked me, hadn't said anything, but I guess I stayed on the email list. And so one day I was working a job that I just hated, but I was putting in long hours. I tell people, you gotta grind because I got here from putting in long hours somewhere else, working for somebody else. And it's not ideal what we want to do, but it leads to here. And even though I hated that, it got me here.
You just preach. Send me your cash app so I can send you your offering because you just ministered. You just preach. For real.
So with that being said, I remember one day getting into it at this job. And it was so crazy because it seemed like everybody at the job. Here's one thing about me. You know that boss mentality I tell you about?
Mm-hmm.
I can fall under pocket when I'm not in charge. But I'm a quiet person unless I know you on a personal level. So when it comes down to being professional and being in that business, I'm low key. Just give me my job. I'm gonna do this. Oh, what I'm cutting today. Oh, I'm rolling, pigs in a blanket. Okay, this is gonna be hours because we're doing a big party. I'm very much to myself. And I remember having to go to another kitchen to ask one of the chefs there, hey, can I use the RoboCool? And he was like, yeah, when I'm done, So I came over to my chef and she was like, hey, where is it? I was like, well, the other chef told me when he's done. So she basically was like, walked over there to him, was like, yo, didn't you just hear me say whatever? And he came over to me like, I told her, like next time learn how to relay a message, like real disrespectful. Like, I can't remember exactly to the T because it's been so long ago, but I remember it was this one thing he said. So he was talking to me, and where we come from, your tone, it's just like the preacher, it's just your tone could shift the atmosphere, and his tone shifted everything. And I remember I was like, who are you talking to? And like run that back. And everybody in the kitchen got quiet. And me and him were going at it. And I guess it had everybody perplexed because they were like, yo, she's like going head to head with the chef. And I'm like, it's not that I don't respect you, but you gotta give respect in order to get respect. And you don't have to talk down to anybody to get that. Long story short, I remember him ending the argument going, remember, stay in your place. You're just a cook. I'm the chef. And I remember sitting there and I had to eat it. I was just sitting there like, and that thing sat with me, Barry. It sat with me because I'm already 5'2". So you think of this big grown man and he like, remember, you're just a cook. I'm the chef. Stay in your place. And I'm like, really? So I got like, bottom line, just because I was asking for a device you know, to help cook, which is basically like a blender, you know, and it sat with me. I remember going home and the ride home and just everything. I could not get out. You're just a cook. You're just a cook. You'll never be this. You'll never be that. You know, it sat with me. Literally, I had seen in my emails that night, the Hell's Kitchen was casting, but it was a deadline for the next day. So I seen that, I was like, whatever. I left it alone. Barry, I'm not lying to you. I got dressed because I had to be out early. I had to be there, and it was an hour drive for me. So I had to be to work about 7 or 8 o'clock. And I remember getting my stuff together, and as I was walking out the door, I heard something, and I swear, I say it's God, you know, because how does things line up the way it does now, you know? And something was like, yo, you have until midnight. Submit, you know, your paperwork to get on the show. And I kept going. And I literally was driving and just was like to midnight. And it rocked with me the whole day. When I tell you I had the most hellish day that day at work, because remember, me and him had already gotten to it, you know? So it was the most, when I tell you the most hellish day, like, it was like everybody, I remember even one guy coming to me going, listen, you already done got into it with him. He got everybody respect. Your best bet, don't say nothing at all. Just move and do like you told. And I'm just looking at him like, dog, like, I don't know why you think I'm going to do that. Like, I'm going to be comfortable with that. And it's okay. I'm okay with not being liked, but you're not going to disrespect me.
Right.
And the tension there was crazy the entire day. I worked long hours that day. Remember I said it went in about 7 or 8 o'clock. I had gotten home maybe like 10:30. I remember sitting down, I had my chef pants on, my shirt smelled like the kitchen all day. I sat on my couch and I grabbed the computer. And I was sitting there and I started writing. I look up, it's 11 o'clock. I'm like, I got like 2 paragraphs done, filling out the forms. I called one of my friends. I said, yo, I need your help. She said, what you doing? I said, look, I'm trying to submit to the show. I was like, help me, I'm stuck. And she was like, read me what you got. And so I'm telling her, and then she said, man, I'm at work right now. Like, what am I gonna do? You know, like, I want to, but I can't. And so she called me back. I said, all right, I'm gonna just go with it. She called me back. She said, yo, you know I really gotta love you, right? She says, so I clocked out early. Boom. Now we on the phone. She's like, email me what you got. Because this is somebody who's close to me all the time. So, you know, literally where I left off, she kind of like just be talking and we just finished it. You know, we just going, finishing it. I submitted that thing at 11:48. And I just didn't think no more about it, Barry. Went back to that same job the next day. I knew I had to cover myself, so I didn't have my phone. I never went out to check my phone, anything like that. I was there since, once again, 7, 8 o'clock that next morning. I went into the bathroom. I go in the stall, which is what I never do, because you know I'm a big germaphobe. I don't take bathrooms and, you know, phones in bathrooms, none of that. And I opened the phone. I had 3 missed calls. There were numbers I didn't know. I checked the voicemail. It's the casting directors from Hell's Kitchen, the casting company from Hell's Kitchen, leaving me a message going, hey, we got your submission. We love you. Please call us back. I called them back in the stall. We talking for like 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I knew I was going too long because I was just doing a bathroom break, but and I'm telling them, I'm like, listen, I gotta call you back. I'm at work. Long story short, that right there led to 2 days later, hey, come do an audition. And just from there, it flowed. Not to even mention, maybe a week later, they laid me off from that job.
Wow. So what was the experience like being on it? We need the smoke. I know you had haters. I know you had people that would talk to us.
My experience, I'm gonna tell you, and I tell everybody this, blood, sweat, and tears. Literally. Everything, you know, like it was blood, sweat. It was the hardest thing I had ever done until opening my own restaurant in life. And I mean, you know, we go through obstacles and stuff like that, but to just fight, not be in constant contact with your family, being all the way on the other side of the world, you know, like, you know, it was just, I mean, I'm on the West Coast rather, you know, and living on the East Coast, and it was hard, but man, I was blessed to be able to experience that. Like, I learned so much, the people I met, how even where I was cooking, how it was elevated, because people only see 45 minutes. But think about all the time I was there and what I grasped, learning how to deal with people, you know, like it was one of the best experiences I had, and it was one of the hardest ones. Like, you have to cry to yourself, you cutting yourself, you sweating long hours, like grinding. Like, I wouldn't trade it, and I always say millions of people audition, try, write in, do all of that. And I always say, you know, God's favor, we could never understand it, how it works on somebody else's life, because what was it that, why did I get picked? Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, I was a part of that 20 that got picked, you know, and it's like, people always try to say it, even with my restaurant, like how did I get here? And I can't explain the favor.
Exactly, and that's the thing that people that don't have the favor can't seem to grasp. You know, I have people, and even, I hate to say it, but even some families, like, how is it that you come home from prison and you're doing X, Y, and Z, and you're possessing X, Y, and Z, and it hasn't happened for me, it hasn't happened for my child. It's crazy, you know, but again, favor ain't fair.
But you know what, Barry? It is fair, because favor is not the same for every individual.
This is true.
Your favor, we're not gonna share the same favor, because we got two different journeys. So what God decides to favor you with doesn't mean that he has to favor me with, you know? So it is fair. It's fair to you, because that is the favor that he decided to show you. It wasn't a joint effort, you know? Like, I'm not saying that can't happen, but, you know, that's why I said people don't understand it. When you see where I am, you'll never understand my grind. You'll never understand my favor. You can't cry my tears, can you?
Please, I wish I could.
You don't know my prayers that I have at night.
Exactly.
So when God decides to favor me, it's going according to the relationship that me and him have, not necessarily the relationship that you see.
Come on, and your level of obedience.
Exactly. What if I never? What if that I heard? If I never was like, all right, you know what? Let me just do it. But it sat in my spirit all day. That's why I always say, you know, yo, listen, I didn't need a car. I didn't have to get prophesied. Nobody would whisper the car or a house in my ear. Like, it was, yo, I know you about to work 12 hours, but you still gonna come back home and fill this out and submit it, because you don't even understand what's about to happen. So me being tired and still submitting that out of obedience, just look where I am. That's
it. Wow, unbelievable. If y'all have not watched season 16, go pull it up, go get that. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. Talk to us about this restaurant. You are winning rave reviews. The people are loving it. Talk to us. Tell us how, first of all, what you've been through set you up for this, and tell us about the restaurant, your cuisine. We want to listen. The people want. We're gonna be sending our folks. You know what I'm saying? That's watching. You know, locked in to your spot. Talk to them.
All right. Well, so basically, after going on the show, you know, you get afforded many opportunities. One of the things that people don't want to be truthful about is social media can build you and kill you at the same time. Right now, I'm in the middle of doing something where I'm filming my success story, and it's more coming from the perspective of a dirty kitchen. And I say that because people don't realize what it takes the hardships, the no's, all of that stuff to get to a place. The average person will see me and go, yo, she been on TV, you know, no wonder she got a restaurant. But it really doesn't, like, it just looks like that, you know. But I want you to see the dirty kitchen, like what it took, like all those cracked eggs, all that spilt flour, all the spilt milk to get here. And I would look on social media, and even though I would go places and stuff like that, I would look and see how some of my peers from different seasons and stuff like that, they would do these gatherings, and you know, they get called for this, they get called for that, and I'd be like, dang, yo, y'all don't show no love. You know, otherwise, oh, you want to be down, yo, all right, I got you, I'm gonna put you on. And I realized, I said, yo, you never fit in anywhere because you are a trendsetter. You do what you do. So why are you sitting here looking at what somebody else is doing and let that judge, you know, why, you know, your level of success, quote unquote, like as far as why can't I be doing that? And I remember sitting in my bed one night and I said, no, I'm opening a restaurant. But it can't just be a regular restaurant. I don't want to open a soul food restaurant. Like, I've cooked in, you know, 5-star hotels, and just where I've been, I just didn't want to just do soul food. Like, I wanted to be expressive. And I would sit there and go, oh my God, dead end jobs, you know, nothing ever works out. And I said, I had to create my own lane. Mad Apples, I came up with because I was laying in the bed. I remember calling my husband. It was like 1:00 in the morning while he was at work. I said, yo, you got to hear this concept. What if I opened up this restaurant? And here's the thing, I thought of it on a small scale. I was like, let me just find a little small something. And all we sell is a loaded French fries with all this different type of stuff on it. So I'm like, yo, you get a Philly cheesesteak without the bread. Throw it on the loaded fries. Throw it on the fries. Boom. Even all the stuff you would have. I had every concept that you could think of with loaded, you know, fries. I got here, looked up, you know, different names for French fries. That's how I came up with the Mad Apples name. It was another name for French fries. So people come here all the time looking for apple pie, and I'm like, you know, that's not what you're gonna get. However, that small thing that I was looking for, you know, when it's the scripture says he'll do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask a thing, I was thinking of something that's so small and got lined up with something way bigger to where I was doubting, going, nah, this is too much. And even though I started out with that concept, it branched off because people started coming and they started asking for different things. And I said, man, I can't just keep this like this, but I could still build off of this concept. So here you get a variety of things. Like, I meet every culture. You're gonna get something Jamaican, you're gonna get something Cuban, you're gonna get something Mexican, you know, something, you know, it's very multicultural, my menu. So I love it. I pinch myself every day. I can't believe this is what I'm doing. I can't believe I employ over 10 people, you know, like, it's a dream come true, bro. I have a stage inside, you know, and so it's a clash between the music, the woman, the gift, the craft, the talent, all of that.
Well, I haven't got an invitation to come perform there, but anywho, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just throwing that out there. But that's one of the things I wanted to bring out, that you do have a multicultural menu. And with the state of the world and the climate of the world today, what we're dealing with, Black lives being in detriment and in harm, and, you know, you being a believer, knowing that this nation needs healing and needs, you know, to get over the whole racism thing. So how important is it for you at this present point, having a restaurant that meets the needs and of the cultures? And how is it impactful for you to be able to do that when so much is going the opposite way outside of the walls of your restaurant?
Oh, it's major to me. I sit on a strip where I am from what I know, the only Black business owner. And this is just to be direct. My clientele, the amount of Black people that I see come to my restaurant, I can count on one hand. So being Black, seeing everything going on, I know unity can happen because most of the dollars that come here don't look like me. So, which means that it's not as much hatred as people think. It can, this thing could be resolved, but from where I sit, I'm so like mixed with it. But at the same time, I can't fail because I am still that Black. I have that Black skin, I'm still gonna be profiled because I've been profiled because of the truck I drive, out here, like it's happened numerous times to where I don't even drive it certain places. So I get it, but that's a hard question because right now, I just told my friend this, as hard as this is, and the times we living in, like I can't fail. Like everything that's going on is driving me to be like, yo, you gotta make it. No matter what, you gotta make it.
And that just goes to show that everybody can do something. You talked about staying in your lane earlier. If you just stay in your lane and do something, you can make an impact. I don't care how minuscule it may seem, but it's an impact that will take on a bigger role and a bigger role and a bigger role. So yeah, right. I commend you. Mad Apples. So you're open how many days a week?
All right, right now for the summertime, we open 7 days a week right now.
Shut up.
7 days a week for the summertime. Yes. Every day.
All right, listen, I got my new singles coming. I'm coming up there. I'm going to come break it there at Mad Apple.
Come on, come do it, man. You got it.
I'm coming to break the singles there. Listen, let's play a game. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to call out. Might be a person, it might be a place, and it might be a thing. And what I want you to do is, I want you to tell us whatever comes to your mind. Tell us in a sentence, a paragraph, 2, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? It's on you, all right?
Oh, Lord, this is risky.
You like living on the edge anyway. All right, let's get this. Gordon Ramsay.
Whew. Hard, consistent, favor, just life-changing.
Okay. Shout out to Gordon. All right, next up, Patti LaBelle.
Oh my God. Music, real music, soul. Just, feel it in your bones.
What's up, Miss Patti? Come on, send us some of them pies, Miss Patti.
Yeah, okay. Come on, look. Let me give you a little recipe for a new one, Patti.
You better hit her up, Miss Patti. Yo, that's good. We're gonna have some fun. Ramon Adams.
It's my brother, my nerd. Crazy singer,
that's a
confidant for real. Day one.
Rachel Ray.
Who?
Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray. That's a good one. Futuristic, because that's where I kind of see myself being. Like, I don't just see myself being here, but I'd like to take that journey that way. TV show, line of pots and pans and different things. Definitely, I see that in my future. I speak that in my future.
Come on, I speak it with you. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be the first one to get my pots and pans. You know, the Shaina Hayden collection. Come on, breathe. Yo. Okay, Rachel Ray. Marry Alston.
Dog. All God. God. And I'm going to say that. You know why? I'm also going to say it makes me think back and remember, because I had some of those same routes that I took. And I know what it's like to be locked up, you know, go through those, not being able to get jobs. And I just know it. Might not have did the same amount of time, but I respect it. I respect you. I respect that whole journey.
Wow. We gotta link and do something. We gotta get you. Like, we need a collaboration because our stories do parallel and similar. We gotta get something popping for real. The people need it, especially in this season. They need it.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What can the people? I know you just touched on some things, but elaborate them more. What can we expect from you? What's next for you? You know, one of the things I noticed about you is that you don't remain stagnant. You don't stay in the same place very long. So what can we expect? What's in that brain of Shaina?
That is funny. Listen, every day is about growth to me. Every day is about growth. I'm constantly trying to think of what can I do to evolve from this stage? What can I do next? Like how can I make the next step bigger? Because even though you go to like this is a giant step, but I'm still on the bottom of this step, like this staircase, I say that. And you still gotta climb it by just, you know, learning different things and growing from different things. I got so much I wanna do. I wanna put out albums. I got TV show concepts. I got more businesses. Like, just, I'm gonna come from so many angles. I have too much in me. I just wanna go back empty. When God comes for me and my soul is raptured, I wanna say, dog, I used everything you gave me. Everything you gave me.
Wow. Well, Shaina, I just want to say this publicly to you. I thank God for you. Because you are one of my dearest friends, and one of the things, you know, your support. July 17th will be 6 years of my return back to society, and I can say that you have been such a support system, such an encourager. I mean, I can remember going out with y'all and then have a dime in my pocket, but you made sure I was good. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
Nah, I appreciate you, brother.
No, because like I said, in watching your journey, it inspired me. You know, I didn't know I was gonna be in the acting field like this. You know, and then you opening, you know, your business and it encouraged me on the low. I probably never told you this until now, but it encouraged me to step out and say for SIXN1 Entertainment Group. And we haven't been going a good month, and we're seeing revenue, and our clients is working. So I mean, you have set the example, and you know, for me. So that's why I said we really need to put something out there and work on something. Because knowing that you inspired me, there's so many others, millions of people that need to inspire for real. Because the favor of God is definitely on your life, and like I said, you have beat the odds.
Man, tell me about it. And I'm still trying. I'm still trying to beat more. I'm trying to beat more because, you know, people don't think that, you know, being Black and coming where we come from, that we could obtain certain things. I know people look at me all the time and they try to figure out how I get here, how I get this location. How did you won't understand it. And so I got to keep, that's why I can't fail. There's no plan B. There is a next, but there's no plan B.
Okay, come on here.
So there's no, so if this don't work out, nah, slow.
I just got a word. I may have to come back over to Mount Horeb and bring that forward. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen,
just got a word.
You're gonna get a good word talking to me, but I just keep me out the pulpit. I don't want it. I'd rather touch you from right here at this seat, behind this sacred stove.
I got a word. Listen, tell the people where they can follow you. Tell them where the restaurant is at. Listen, I tell you, this young lady can cook. like nobody's been. I'm a cook. I'm a chef. You know what I mean? I bake from scratch the whole line, and it's not many people. And I say this in all honesty. It's been said I don't give compliments very often. Okay, it's probably true. I don't. You understand what I'm saying? I give props to those who deserve it. As a cook, I'm very critical because I know what I'm doing in the kitchen. You know what I mean? I'm clean. I know what to season with and what not to season. I know what it is. So, but there's not many people that I know that can cook and impresses me. Right. This woman does.
I appreciate you because there's not a lot of people that can impress me. I don't eat anywhere.
Come on here. Come on here.
So I respect it, Barry. I respect it. Listen, I just want to be on the same movie one day. You heard?
Listen. I'm creating some original content. You know, the doors are open. I got you. Listen, we SIXN1 got you. You're a family. That's hands down. But tell the people where they can follow you, where they can get to Mad Apple. Tell them. Let the people know.
All right, listen. I am. First of all, Mad Apples is located in the heart of the Poconos. We are in East Stroudsburg. As soon as you get into the Poconos, that's where we at, right? 5 minutes from Jersey. We're located at 422 Seven Bridge Road, East Stroudsburg, PA 18301. You can follow me on social media at Instagram at Mad Apples Loaded. My website, madapplesloaded.com. Facebook, Mad Apples. You know, it's very direct. And listen, Google it. It's going to come up. Google me. It's going to come up.
One other question before we sign out. I come to Mad Apples right now, and I say, you know what, Shaina, listen, I'm in your hands. Feed me, put on this table whatever you want me to. What you going to put on that table?
Catfish and ribs.
Shut up.
So it took me a year to figure out what that main thing is that everybody comes here for. Catfish and the ribs.
Catfish? And what am I having with, what are the sides I'm having with that catfish and ribs?
Oh, the coleslaw, it's nice and cold and crunchy and sweet. It's got that nice balance there. And you gotta have the cracked tartar sauce. Everything I do, you know, I make it from scratch. So we trying to figure out now whether we should bottle this up because too many people keep coming back for it, asking for bigger portions. But being that I make it from scratch with no preservatives, so whoever hands this video falls into, come holler at me so I can figure out how to bottle this thing up. Yes.
I'm the shot. Come on. I'll tell one other story. There was something at Mount Horeb one Sunday and I was there. And you had did some cooking, some wings, and so you did some stuff. And they had them in these little boxes and stuff. And I had a box and I went back and I tried to get like 6, 7 boxes in my briefcase. Yo, I wasn't stealing, but you know what I'm saying? It was just that real. You heard what I'm saying? It was that real. Listen, it was crazy. Listen, Shaina, yo, you know I love you. SIXN1 loves you. Locked In loves you. I thank you. Listen,
I love
everybody. I need you to go follow this young lady. I need you to come out to the Poconos, and I need you to come experience this catfish and these ribs. This madness that's going up in Pennsylvania.
Support Black-owned businesses for sure. Like we got to support each other. You know.
That's
like,
it.
Come on.
So I don't care what color you are. I need you to come out there and support it. Black Lives Matter. This is Black Lives Matter. You understand what I'm saying?
This Black Lives Matter.
Because this Black Lives Matter, I need you to go and support her. You understand? And even if you can't get there, you know what? Send her a donation. Come on here. So
we take donations.
I don't know who I'm talking to out here today, but somebody needs to sow. You may not be able to get there, but I tell you, if you sow, the harvest will come forth at your table. Come on here. If you sow, you'll grow. Come on here. I'm prophesying to somebody. You better receive this. You better receive this.
Get that cash out. Chef Shaina. Nah.
What's the cash? No, seriously, put it out there. I'm telling
Nah,
you.
Chef Shaina is real direct to the point. But look, come. I would love to feed you. That's really, I love to feed everybody. I want everybody to have a Mad Apple experience.
Listen, you gotta have a Mad Apple experience. I'm gonna put it out there when I'm coming up there to to break this single "I Forgive You," produced by none other than Darnell Williams. I'm coming up there, so it's going to be crazy.
So you better be up here and do it. We're gonna do it one Sunday too.
Come on here, it's gonna be a Sunday.
Let's do it a Sunday afternoon. Everybody in quarantine anyway, so we're gonna have matter of fact, we're gonna have a nice gospel soulful Sunday, and you're gonna be out here. So you got to make it happen.
Come on here.
Last Sunday in July, get it together.
You ain't said nothing but a word. We need to have a SIXN1 day up at Mad Apples. Come on,
Come on.
Listen, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. So we thank you so much for being with us tonight. We gotta bring you back, do some follow-ups. I know it's gonna be crazy. But listen, on this real side, I meant what I said. Follow her, hit her up, come support her. If you can't, like I said, sow into her ministry, sow into her life, because I'm telling you, she's making a difference. And the reality is, in this day and time, any little bit that you do to make a difference is big. I appreciate you. I thank you for tuning in tonight. To everybody that's been watching, guess what? You've just been locked in.